Yeah. Mumble games and sack up your content if you're taking over. Rapping in my mixing and my sound want the baking soda. Cigar and my boss like a crowd this year, nigga, I'm staying sober. Gonna promise share more hating niggas like hating over.
Hello, family. Charlie, I tell you, sit and be quiet. You know, let's go back. Hello, Sack Nation. How is everybody? Yeah, so welcome to part 3 of the Heart Convo. And in this section, we are talking about the Ghana music industry. In the part 2, we had a Nigerian entertainment journalist is into entertainment, sports, and other stuff. And from the information he was speaking out, he was like, he's not supposed to be saying it, so I want to try as much as possible to make him anonymous in my conversation. But then he gave us some tidbits on how their industry improved and what they are doing currently. Now, if you've not listened to the part 2, kindly check below the description and you find the link to the part 2 and the part 1 of this. Now, let me just quickly run through some of the things he said, and then whilst I'm saying it, I'll also address it and then give you my ideas on it. And trust me, my ideas are not the end in all. It can be improved. So if you're an artist that is coming on, I expect that you could at least, I might not be the wisest person, but then you could learn something from this conversation, because it's a heart-to-heart conversation. Take it as it is a fan of yours that is dear, that loves your work and wants you to go forward. So we want you to take this and then inculcate it in your activities. So if you're an artist, you get to know some of these things. First of all, this Nigerian artist says in their music ecosystem, when you went to Dibanji and then Don Jazzy, their whole Echo Hub or something, they had a data team. And this data team, what they do is they monetize and then they seize opportunities where they realize there are ray of hope in other communities, other countries. So when they go to hear that, there's a club playing our music in probably Johannesburg, they'll quickly want to move or make contacts there. And I said it earlier on, if you're an upcoming artist, the sad thing about it is we are all chasing the clout. So people want to buy views, so you're not able to get the organic analytics on your streams. But if you leave it organically and you know that, 20 people stream from this country, 10 people stream from this country, and you're even able to go down to know which region, which section streamed, and then you can start making your move there, because that is how you're able to gather your data. So if you're an upcoming artist, or you are still in the building and you have not yet been seen in the light, or you're even there yet, you need to get a team on board that is going to monitor how you are doing this. And Ghana as an industry too, you need to be able, the music industry needs to be able to know where Ghanaian music is thriving and make sure you help your artists move to that place. This is a serious issue. Secondly, he said they have agents all over the world. If you're an artist, please try as much as possible. You see, the interesting thing here is we tend to always compete within ourselves instead of we trying to find out, do I have a brother out there? Do I have someone who is outside who can help me? Do I have links and all this stuff? Trust me. And sometimes, even if we are humble enough as artists, the big artists have blogs they can just link us up to people that can help. And I'm very serious about this. Please, if you're an artist that you are coming, it's not about an agent, a whole institution, but then just get people you could trust from other countries. And then let them do the monitoring for you. Let them know they are in a team. Let them form a team. Let there be documents to let them know that whatever they are doing, they are not getting their fair share until they put in the work. We need to see the work first. That is it. Now, as an artist, this is also saying that you also need a digital analyst. it's more of like the data team, but then this person has to sit down and analyze all your streams, not just on YouTube, but then someone who monitors your other streaming platforms, someone who understands it. So even if you have a friend, tell the friend that, you know something, I want to do this, I want to get here, but I want you to take this aspect of my work. Now, one person cannot achieve all those things. That is why we have music labels. In Ghana, we don't have the music labels supporting, just a few. So if you're an upcoming artist, please and please get some of your friends. Don't let them just follow you ahead, spending all your money. No, give them roles. Designate roles to them. Let them understand that this is the work I'm giving you. You are my friend. When the money comes, you're enjoying. I'm the guy having the talent, but then you also need to put the work in. You get it? Thirdly, he said they go on African and world tour. It is high time we stop competing among ourselves as Ghanaians. Every day, I'm best rapper and then trying to beef. How often do we see the Nigerians beefing among themselves? Once in a while, maybe that would even be a strategic move. But ours unnecessary beefs. Please, it's high time. And sometimes when I'm saying it, I told you I'm a Sac native, so I'll be biased. I feel sometimes people need to get closer to those at the top, those who know their way, for them to show you their way. And it's not about being arrogant, but about being humble enough to understand. If it's about you getting yourself worked on for you to get what you want to get, then do that. At the end of the day, you know what you want to do. Now, there's this guy, this artist that Sarkodie brought on board. He's a Nigerian. Sarkodie gave him the leverage. Now he's in Ghana here. He's doing exactly what Burna Boy came to do and what Burna Boy came to do in other countries. He intentionally humbled himself, learned, associated with those people, and got 1 song, 2 songs from them and won their market. If you're an artist, do that. If it's possible, you need to travel to a different country. I saw Lyrical Joe trying to collaborate with other people. Yes, do that. I saw J Bad also trying to move to. Yes, it's nice. You need to do that. We'll talk about the issue of collaboration on the next project. But then it's very important. And lastly, you need to understand the business game. The entertainment industry, Sarkodie has been saying people feel it's just fun. We are come to sing and jump and that is all. No, it is a business on its own. And you need to check the tactical parts of the game. Talent is not enough. Ask yourself which part of this game is what actually generates the revenue. What brings people on board? So these are some of the things the Nigerian guy listed. And I hope you learn a lot from it. Now there's some attitude the Nigerians have, which we pray that our Ghanaian, both the fan base, the artists, and any other person that is a stakeholder in this music industry learns. One, the Nigerians are very willing and humble to learn and to get what they want. So if it means they come in here in Ghana and then roaming, doing themselves the most stupid people. No, I'm not insulting them. I'm just saying they fumble themselves out that you be like, this person is John. No, they know what they want. They are very humble until they get what they want. And then now they'll show you who they are. That they tell you they don't care. And that's what one of my bosses told me. He said sometimes you need to be a fool to get what you want. And after that, you show them you're wise. You think you're wise. So that is it. Then secondly, one of their attitude is also associating and featuring people. Please do that. Then they work for what they want. They don't just sit at one place. They really work. They really, really work for what they want. They are very industrious. Then lastly, they reinvest into their crafts. Nigerians reinvest into their crafts. It's not about just spending the money now. And one of the persons we could use as an example is Sarkodie. Sarkodie has reinvested into his craft. Reinvesting is not only about going to buy new machines, he even reads. Charlie, you people relax. I'll be doing a show. We want to analyze the brain, the Sarkodie brain, the mindset. And when I pull out some books, I pull out some resources, you get to know that Sarkodie's mindset is very, very, very unique. It's just that in a Ghanaian setting, most of us are not there yet, so we feel he's arrogant and weird and all this stuff. But trust me, that is it. Now, as the Ghana music industry itself, what is the way forward for us? First of all, we need to make a serious music policy in the country that comes with sanctions. If you're a radio station and you go against this, if you're an artist and you go against some of these codes, you'll be sanctioned. Whether you're a big artist or a small artist, you'll be sanctioned. There should be a music policy that guides everything, so that no artist will come there and then just be insulting and then disgracing the brand, the music industry integrity that we are trying to build. Because in some of the comments that comes out from the outsiders are, even Ghanaians don't value their own. They see all these things there. And then we don't have a whole committee or something to put these people on board, to question them, to sanction them. So we need to get a music policy in the country. And then we also need to get a team that enforces some of these things. Sometimes policies will come on board, yes, but then we don't have people to enforce it. This can even be a new job opportunities for the youth. Those that would ensure that it's enforced, and if it's not enforced, these people will be taught the legalities of it. Let's look at what happened to, I don't want to mention names, you know. Now, there must also be a deliberate push for 90%, or probably you can give you a percentage, but it should be more, majority of Ghanaian music played on air than any other thing. Played on air and other streaming platforms. Work with Boomplay, work with Audiomack, work with Spotify, Ghana Music, work with them and tell them that we want you to limit some of these things. There are some songs outside that you cannot listen to unless you are in that country before you can listen to. And that's what we need to do. So if the artists are there and they are you can't get the access there. And that is what we need to do as a Ghana music industry. So whoever is listening to me, whoever is hearing some of these things I'm saying, I might be a young novice, I don't know much about what is happening at the top. But then take it as if this is from a concerned fan base, a concerned consumer, to you, the lawmakers. Last but not the least, we should make sure that reforms ensures that Ghanaians will churn out quality music for the public consumption. Whilst you are saying this doesn't mean that if you're an artist, you just come and pour trash. No. We'll have to criticize this. By the end of the day, the critics have to make sure their approach towards it is constructive and not destructive. I'm telling you, this is a heart-to-heart conversation. In future, you might revisit some of these things I'm saying. And lastly, there should be a proper education on the music business. There should be a forum probably every month where we are educating people, bloggers, panelists, media houses, journalists, whatever, artists. There should be this education on them understanding the music business in Ghana and what they need to do. And the more we constantly ring it in their mind, they will be able to understand. Now, change, we would cry for change, but then we cannot effect change all at once. It has to be gradual. So there should be a conscious effort. The people we allowed on music, on the media platforms to come and speak and criticize some artists, let's find out their background. Let's know. See, there are people that are good in a field, but they are not good in other fields. So you don't allow them to speak on fields they are not good at. I will not be biased with this. How can UTV, showbiz business, bring on board people who do not know much about what is going on to come and criticize someone who is making it there? Come on. This is not what we need as a country. It's high time these people check. Let them make their proper research. Even before they come to speak, they should submit documents to show that they've made their research. Put them on their toes. They don't just come and spill rubbish there and then we just carry it as the information out there. Seriously? And then we are happy. We are a big media house and we are promoting, really, you are promoting rubbish. Garbage in, garbage out. And this is the same thing we did with our movie industry. Some of the attitudes we are seeing in the country is because of what these kids grew up to see. And it has been printed. You see, when you disagree with me on some of these things, I don't have a problem. But if you study psychology, and those who have related courses to psychology, they would tell you that growing up, everything you see imprints on your brain. And consciously and unconsciously, you adapt to those things. So we need to be careful what we are even showing to our kids. And we need to inform the public too. National Communication Council or something. I have not seen them. Unless probably there's a pandemic or something that they will come and talk. Aside that, I don't see them doing some of these things. Can we have a national communication, something for the entertainment industry that comes to educate the public too? Please. It's high time we change the narrative of the Ghana music industry. These are just a few suggestions and roadmaps I believe we can use to change the music industry. And I'm grateful. For me, I'm enlightened and I'm happy to have Sarkodie here leading the way. Big ups to Stoneball. He's doing extremely well. Big ups to Black Sharif. Big ups to Jackie, big ups to Kamido, big ups to the Asaka team. I see them. I'm hoping Kwesiata, Daku Vibes, Lamen Gang, and all those people would also join. Please, those that I mentioned last, don't let Ghanaians kill your fame. We still need you people. We need to saturate the world market. There's more space out there. Thank you and I love you. This is the heart-to-heart conversation with your boy Carl the Dingvet. If you want to watch the other episodes, kindly view the description below. I have part 1 and then part 2 on this. And I'll bring you more updates on how we can survive as a music industry. Love you all. This is from your consumer. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Mambo beans and sap up their content if you taking over. Rapping in my mixing and my sound what the baking soda. Cigar and my boss like a crowd this year and I'm staying sober. Gonna form a share more hating niggas like hating over.